Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. Next match, Cross-Banlist Cup. So right side again, still top 16 playoffs. We previously saw that Chronomalies, the bottom part, at least the bottom matchup against Ravine Rulers, that Chronomalies Artifacts won that one over Ravine Rulers. But you know, Ravine Rulers is still in and will take on Trooper Monarchs in one of the next matches. So the first one, at least next one of today, bottom bracket again. We have the more broken decks, quote unquote. First of all, well, basically almost of the same time or period or format, that is. We have Blue Eyes, Primite Blue Eyes 2025. One of the more recent decks in this year's Cross-Banlist Cup. It's going to take on Ryzeal, Fiendsmith. You know, there's a couple of Ryzeal variants, I guess pure Ryzeal. There's more, of course, nowadays. But back then, what was it, past year-ish, we had Fiendsmith Ryzeal again. So which deck has the advantage? And, you know, if you look at how the people voted in the comment section, or I guess the community tab, is that most people saw Ryzeal winning over Blue Eyes. I could agree to some extent, but I mean, we have both decks from, what is it, 2025? And here in this particular case, I think an OCG deck list, or at least an OCG, you know, list was used, so that's why Maxi is there. And I feel, obviously, if you compare both decks, both engines, looking at more engines that is, but Ryzeal Fiendsmith should definitely have the advantage over Blue Eyes, but having stuff like Maxi in your main deck, you know, definitely could help out. So we'll see how this one is played out. Ryzeal is going first though, and that's a solid start. Even through, I guess, a Maxi. Was Maxi negated? I assume so. So, yeah, we can just scoop this one up. Anyway, so 1-0 behind already. I mean, it is what it is, right? Nowadays, if the board is not breakable, it's just better to scoop, I guess. Okay, so game number 2. This is much better. We get Mulcharmeat, so let's see. How are you able to play around this? Not that much. So we are giving them... At least we were able to negate it, yeah, because of the Ash Blossom. So let's see. I do think we can end on a potential solid board, especially with the Dimensional Barrier here in the hand. We can do a lot of stuff and prevent my opponent from playing the game, essentially. So we are going for a double Spirit, and I don't think I was able to get another Blue Eyes on field, unless I'm mistaken, so feel free to point that one out. We set Barrier and, you know, tag out Spirit during my turn, use the protection, and, you know, this kind of feels like Master Duel, right? Like, your opponent setting up and then during your draw phase, then using Maxi on you, on top of that, or at least on top of their ridiculous board. So they have to commit, otherwise it's game next turn. They pass on Typhon, but Typhon is not going to be enough. You know, we still have the Barrier set, right? Plus we have the potential Drill Beam Surge eventually, so this should be game. Go for Spirit, normal summon, yeah, should be more than enough. Okay, so 1-1. Going second though, and again Maxi is glued on our hand. But nope, it never resolves, just like Master Duel. Okay, so this is iffy. We have the Exceed Encore, we have the Imperm, and we have the Searcher plus Callby. So essentially, this is a pretty sick hand. We might be able to break the board, maybe. So this is crucial. We are able to, you know, prevent the fusion from coming out, because, you know, essentially this also blocks some Ryzeal combos, as you know. Unless, of course, they can get rid of the Link too. Yeah, fair enough. So, they have the field spell negation, they have Detonator with 3 materials, plus potential hand traps, and we see the Ice Ryzeal for follow-up play. So use the Quick Play spell. Sure, they are able to reborn more Ryzeals, but it's a terrible necessary evil, I guess. The problem here is that, yeah, the field spell, we are able to prevent the Lacrima summon, at least Lacrima effect essentially. So we could potentially have somewhat of a comeback. We go for the Blue Eyes Fusion, but you get nipped. You know, Blue Eyes Fusion can attack all monsters from your opponent, but Nip says, knows like, well, what can we do? That was just far too much. And I think we already, yeah, because they want to search it right. Search, exit, search Ryzeal? Ice Ryzeal? Or did they have it already? Yeah, they had it. So this is going to be enough. Sure, the Nibiru on their side of the field does block some Ryzeal effects, but it's not going to matter that much. I mean, they can send it away on top of this. Okay, so game number 4. Let's see. Normal summon, obviously, that never resolves. So sadly, not being able to surge the potential Drill Beam. Drill Beam, fantastic. OP card, like once per turn, insane. Okay, so standard Blue Eyes combos. This would not be Blue Eyes or a Blue Eyes matchup without drawing into one of your Blue Eyes, so it hurts a little bit. Fairly okay board, but we get hand trapped 3 times. What was it? Ash, Nip, and something else. Okay, so Fiendsmith combo. Let's see. We do a failure. We have the Blue Eyes trap on fields. They are negating the field spell, which doesn't matter that much. They can go for Excitonite. Okay, this could be a problem because now they can extend. We do failure, and ooh, was that a mistake on their part? I guess. Yeah, because they already went through the Fiendsmith engine, right? Like Excitonite first and then Fiendsmith engine. I don't know. Should we check that if that was possible? Might have been able to. Anyway, so we can capitalize on it. Sure, they are somewhat protected off of Excitonite, but we can go for the, what is it, Azure Eyes? The first, one of the first, if not the first Blue Eyes Synchro? I think so. Let's see. Lachroma to send, I mean, they have some follow-up plays though. I think our set is a D barrier, no? And that was I think that was a top deck, fantastic top deck, because this prevents the Chaos Angel from triggering. And yeah, because we have the Primite engine live, we can potentially go for a game, because they're super low on life points. What is it, 4400? And we draw Maiden, wow, fantastic. So normal summon to get the Primite engine going, search Drill Beam, and Drill Beam away for GG. So 2-2. Nothing out of the ordinary. Let's see. We're ashing first. They already blow out their call by, so this kind of tells me that they might have already have an answer for Maxi. Right? Right? We see the hand, and now they obviously don't, so we drop Maxi preemptively. Awkward. Awkward, only giving me 1 draw. Sure, it's a weaker board for them, but the problem here is, yeah, now we have the continuous spell, and you know, we have to commit, and obviously they will destroy the Sage, so we're not able to go for the Blue Eyes Link. So Detonator Pass was enough, at least for this. Maybe I should have played it a bit better, as in maximize my Maxi more, but yeah, maybe. I mean, they had a good hand, right? They had so many follow-up plays through those hand traps, so I think maybe if I used Maxi earlier, but then they maybe ashed sooner, so I don't know. It was Ash, right? Or Call By? It's a little bit of sour taste for me, but I mean, on one hand, like Ryzeal Fiendsmith going first against Blue Eyes, like without Maxi, there's not that much we can do unless open brokenly, I guess. Anyway, so next one, back to the upper bracket, we have Necros versus Synchros. So, I mean, hand loop deck, Omega loop deck. So which deck has the advantage? Let me know. Feel free to leave your predictions. Okay, guys, this is it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like. If you enjoyed the video, leave me signing out. Peace.